Thank you for that, Maurice. I want to pivot. Tommy and I do this periodically on our show. We'll say, let's slow this thing down. And I've got something that I'd like us to do that in some ways I'm hoping may even be a gift to Kamala Harris. I was just thinking about us. I'd like each of us to take a moment to share a message sort of with Kamala. If Kamala was here listening to us, what would you want to say to her? And I'll start. I'd like to say, Kamala, I'm so proud of you, girl. You need to know that we've got your back. I've watched you come out of the shadows. I've watched you be a stereotype where they said that we couldn't even hardly put you out on the public because you were a gaffe machine. But you have come out in such a big way that you've made us proud. And I've been so proud of being able to watch my daughter and my wife look at the TV and see you standing up for us. And so we had this meeting because we wanted to say, we love you. We're pulling for you, sister, and we've got your back. Anybody else?
Sister Kamala, the African proverb is a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Our ancestors have said we don't try to convince people against their will. The story that you're living right now has already been written. There is no need to try to convince others because they may go wherever they go.
Right.
But I know right now in this moment, these brothers have come together and I have happily joined them to vocalize not just the support, but I'm going to throw that four-letter word out there: love.
Right.
Love is what we need and what we know is happening. And so as you continue to go through your career and make it to the next level, please know that there are people seen and unseen that love you and are praying for you. God is also powerful. And my word to you is to be you, to do you, and to know whom you are.
Hmm.
Guess I'll go. I'll keep it real simple. First thing I'm going to say is bye ski. Go and get that out the way. She'll remember that. And look, I ain't going back. She ain't going back. Ain't nobody going back. I'm going to keep it that simple.
We won't go back.
Keep it that simple.
Love it. Next.
I'll go next. I'll say ever since the election of Barack Obama, our sisters have been saving us,
Mm.
including through, when they cheated Stacey Abrams and all she did was deliver Georgia the next round. So, Kamala, when I see you, I see that this is not only your moment, but this is the moment for all of my sisters, and you are ready. We have your back. Mary McLeod Bethune said the true worth of a race must be measured by the character of its woman. And you got this. You are the worth of our race. Your character is impeccable. We got your back. Bring it on home.
That's right. Someone else.
Yeah, I'll go, Eric. Can you hear me good on this phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, T, man, I didn't even notice you, man. What's up, baby?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
LA's
driving
in
as
the
I
house.
yes, sir. I'm driving as I talk to you guys.
Right.
I just want to say this. I hear in the media that a lot of people have a problem with women running things or taking charge and being in control. But I bring it down to a scale that I understand is that I bring it on the scale on the level that of me and my wife in my household. Now, a lot of people ask me, how do I feel about her being the breadwinner in my home? And I said, if they want to call it that I'm weak, I'll be strong enough to be weak, to allow my wife to be strong, to show that the equal It's not equal. It don't have to always be equal 50-50. To reach 100%, it's not always going to be 50-50. My wife was qualified to show that if I lack, she got it because we are partner. So I put it on a bigger scale. Kamala Harris proved she have the ability and is qualified to run this great nation and then to be the leader of the world, really. She's proven she have the power to do all that.
Right.
And if we turn around and put the wig on a lot of the other presidents who've been the president, we will see that you will already see that. Hey, their abilities will be questionable,
right?
If they thought they were women, but Kamala Harris is qualified. And this, when you look at it like this, I'm not looking at it as no lady or no man. She's the president.
Right.
She got my vote for sure.
Thank you, Terry. And I promise you, gentlemen, that I'm going to get this to her site. I'm going to make sure that this note gets to her so that she can hear what we have to say.
I can go next. Yeah. I'll say, Kamala, continue to be you, authentically you. No one could be a better version of you than you. I think you're doing a wonderful job. Continue to be positive. Continue to know that you have support far and near, and that you are adored all over the world. Continue to work hard, as we have always done, and continue to always be excellent. We are so proud of you.
Okay, I'll go next. I would say to Kamala Harris, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because I'm an athlete, and I understand that when you're on the bench and it don't seem like you don't get in the game,
right?
The most important thing you can do is stay ready. And I'm impressed that when they called you off the bench, you came in the game ready. You came in the game with a game plan and as though you had prepared for this moment. And so male or female, black or white, I'm impressed with your ability to step up and perform when you got the opportunity, because it don't come very often. This is your one-time shot, and don't believe the hype. Black men do support you.
Right. Come on, girl.
The white media wants you to believe that we don't support you, but we do. We love you, and maybe we are not vocal enough, but the biggest voice we got is in that voting booth. We're going to show you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I just real quick want to say, Kamala, girl, I'm the top wealth management advisor in the country.
Come on now. Bring that money.
Let's talk about a strategy to close the wealth gap. And this is in all sincerity and seriousness. I would like to see a grassroots strategy to pass generational wealth from one Black generation to the next. And somebody's got to go first, man. And I was in Baltimore a couple of weeks ago, and I talked to 400 Black P&G engineers. And I had everybody stand up. And I said, remain standing if you know the first and last name of both biological parents. One young lady sat down, and then afterwards she told me she was adopted. She didn't know who her biological parents were. I said, remain standing if you know the first and last name of all four biological grandparents. About a third of the room sat down. My father never knew his father. I have no idea who my paternal grandfather is. I said, remain standing if you know the first and last name of all 8 of your biological great-grandparents. 95% of the room sat down. And so what that says, if you don't intentionally leave a financial legacy, your family's going to forget you in 2 generations, your fraternity, your entrepreneurship, your love story, the baton of faith. And that is one of the biggest things that I would like to see uh, President Harris address.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that hasn't shared their thoughts? Roger? We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Yeah. This is a good word for Kamala's.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I would just say after that, her uniqueness of your oneness is for everybody. You know, she has taken what is so unique about her and have shared it with the world. And I appreciate that.
I do too. Thank you, Roger. Derek Smith, did you speak already?
I did not, but I would share this right here. One thing my grandmother used to say is they talked about Jesus. In other words, people gonna always have something to say about you.
Right.
The thing is, as someone mentioned earlier, be your authentic self. Continue to do you, because look how far it's gotten you. Right now, you're the vice president of the United States. Probably wasn't even a dream of hers as a little girl, you know, because it wasn't something that was even conceivable, but it was achievable, and she didn't even know it. So this next step is achievable if we continue to support her and back her.
Oh, yeah.
I never forget when Barack Obama came on the scene. And I don't know about you all, but most of us didn't think that America was ready for a Black man to be president. And then out of nowhere, Barack Obama hit the scene. And at first, I know some of us were saying, well, Hillary's a good choice. I mean, she's married to, Clinton, and he was a good president. And we laughed and said he was the first Black president and all like that. But once we start seeing that, it looks like he might be able to win. We got on board. And I'll never forget the day that he won the presidency. I took my little kids. I don't drink, smoke, get out, none of that. I took them to a bar so that we could be around other Black people. And I remember feeling like I was a part of America, because now finally America has elected somebody that looks like me to be president. And in many ways, I think we may be hitting that same place with Kamala Harris, where we didn't think that America was ready for a woman president, certainly not a woman of color president. But right now, the way that she's carrying herself right now, I just feel overwhelmed that this is an opportunity that we're going to see through, and she's going to save this country in many ways with our backing. And that's our job. Our job is to be the background singers and really help carry this across the finish line. And I know that every time I get an urge, man, how many of y'all, they sending all these little text messages for money? I'm a fool for all of them, because I keep sending 50, 100, 75. I mean, I just keep hitting send, because I want to see this happen. I want to open the